few words on the man next to you, just getting better and better.
Yeah, I said to him in the third quarter, God, still we're going well today. And he had about 30 clearances at that stage. He's had a terrific season today. Like, he's making high performance right now and training really well. Put a lot of time into his fundamentals, as I said previously, and he's playing really good footy right now.
So, you played how many of these games?
12 or 13, I think.
And what percentage of them have you played pretty well, do you reckon?
Oh, don't know. I'm going to say 75 maybe. Don't know.
So, I mean, I was thinking that myself. The sense of the big occasion, you must really pride yourself on that.
Well, yeah, I think everyone does, but I'd like to think that I don't attack it any different than I do to a normal game. Clearly there's a lot more focus on it, and everyone wants to perform on the big stage, but I think it all starts before I get here. Fly talked about, training hard and things like that. I think that's where, I prepare and set myself up to be able to perform.
Do you feel like you and Pendles are sort of egging each other on to keep going?
Not really, but I mean, I know no different. He's been there since I've been there. I guess while we're still performing, it makes the job hard of, younger guys, I suppose, trying to take our spot as well. At the end of the day, we're not going to be there forever, and someone is going to take my spot at some stage, but while I've still got it, I'll keep doing my best.
How pleasing was the response in that third quarter after Essendon hit the front?
Yeah, we just mentioned it inside. The Bombers showed a lot of grit and in front of 92,000, and thanks for all that Magpie Army for turning up again. Huge noise when we needed it. Bombers showed some real grit, and there was a loss of territory. The game when it was pouring out rain becomes a different game. Like, you can't transition, so you've got to get territory, and the teams had it and lost it. But I just said after the game that I don't reckon this group that I've been part of, it's a new group, but those games probably end up being maybe a one-goal win in the past, and maybe hang on for a little bit more than that potentially. But we're showing we've got some gears at the moment, which is exciting.
Do you feel like you're playing a similar, not just to a similar level, but a similar style to 2023?
No, we've evolved. You have to evolve. The game changes.
So how's it different?
I can't tell you all of that.
Okay.
The opposition will know. No, there's subtleties. I think everybody wants to put good pressure on and get territory and set up behind it. That's what everyone's trying to do. No, we've changed personnel, we've changed system. I think we're defending the ground differently than what we once did. I showed during the week actually the growth between what we were this time last year against the Bombers in terms of and how we defend the ground now, and there's significant changes. So we want to reward that behaviour, and like I said, we're growing.
And have those changes been in response to the rest of the competition, or is that you sort of trying to get ahead of the competition?
I think it's a natural evolution of every team, has to keep growing. You can't be what you were. You can't hang on to the past, you can use it, but this is a new version. This is just live in the moment, be present to it, and we're a different team.
Jamie Elliott always seems to thrive on Anzac Day games. The hang-it last year, 5 goals this afternoon, pretty special.
Yeah. Again, it's just guys just playing that role, and some days it comes in your area, sometimes it doesn't. We've got a system that we think we can kick X amount of goals. I think most weeks we've had 10, 11 goal scorers, so we don't rely heavily. I can't remember the last time someone kicked 5, to be honest. It just hasn't been our way. But pleasing for Jamie to back it up after last week. A lot of emotion in last week for Jamie, our family up there, and get back to work and then go and do it again. It's really pleasing. We're happy for him.
Still, what was it like having Nick as captain? He's 10 and a bit years younger than you are as captain.
It was great, and it's great for Nick to get some exposure there. But I get a first-class seat watching him every week, and I think he leads in his own right there. The way he prepares, the way he goes out there and plays. It's inspiring at times. Guys want to jump on the back of him because he's such a good player, and he lifts our team when we need it. And I think it was great for him to get a little bit of a taste of it today. I'm sure one day he probably will be captain of the footy club. It's nice that to see him sort of step up and lead the group.
Can I just ask you about him? Brad Scott was really singing his praises before. if you could isolate one quality about him purely as a footballer, I asked him about his anticipation. He just seems to most often be half a step ahead of everyone else at the stoppages. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think the good players, it is so small, but the reaction time of guys just to, whether it be one step, whatever, just to read the ball and get there before their opponent. That first sort of 5 or 6 steps, Nick's as fast as anyone, and often when he gets one possession, he links up and gets 2 or 3, and I guess that's a sign of how quick he is around the stoppage.
Still an Anzac Day medal. Where is it?
It's tucked away there. I'll get it when I get home tonight. Team win tonight, so I'll enjoy it. But yeah, it's not on me now, clearly.
Great. We heard that comms went down between the box and the bench. I know you coach from the bench, but how did that affect you in that third quarter?
I just said be calm. Like, again, when you get a group that's sort of performing, you've got to get out of the way sometimes. I know the great Lee Matthews taught me that way back. There's a big snowball, he used to call it, going down the hill, and it just gets bigger and more momentum. We'll get out of the way of it. So, I've certainly been trusting these guys. They know what to do in the moments, and so quite often when that happened, I said, just relax, we're okay. We got this, let the players be. And we give them the keys, they drive the car really well at the moment.
Do you feel like your experience was a difference? That was part of the impression Brad gave. You've got so many experienced players that still here that have been there, done that, know these scenarios time and time again.
It's nice to speak of experience as a good thing. And, certainly it helps. A lot of those guys, Pendles is 18th, Anzac Day. That's got to help somewhere, doesn't it? But we had 6 that hadn't played, so it's all good new experiences, and we're looking for, more shared experiences. We're on a journey here, and those guys are still playing their role.
You noted the irony of the fact that if you lose, you're too old, and if you win, it's because you're experienced.
Well, I know how it works, yeah. And we keep... the pleasing part is what Steele said. I know you come to training, Andy, you see this. These guys train unbelievable. So you set yourself up to get today with confidence because you've got belief in the way we've prepared. And, then you just got to go out, and every game's uncertain. And the Bombers are hard to beat at the moment. The version of that today was, in particular, in tough conditions where you can't transition the ball, so you have to win a different way. And we went in the game thinking they might be high transition and high uncontested marks. You can't do that in the wet, so then again you've got to evolve and find ways to win.
Right, do you have an update on Dan McStay?
Dan's got a MCL of some degree. Now, we don't know until you get it scanned. I'll give you some context how we did that played the next week. And they could be out for 4 to 6 weeks, we don't know. So we'll know more tomorrow. I don't want to crystal ball, I don't want to guess.
No knee injury is good, but was there sort of, I guess, a sense of relief because it's the same knee that he'd obviously done the ACL and you naturally can.
Yeah, we're hoping it's on the minor side. That's what we're getting told at the moment. So again, we'll know more in the coming days.
Yeah.
Question on how you feel the game's going. Sam Mitchell said a few weeks back after Hawthorn they'd won, but he said that they weren't playing in the manner that was going to get the job done later in the season. Do you feel like the game at the moment you've got it in good order?
I think what you'll see is whatever you see now, it has to be better. It just has to, because the game just changes. You go back 12 months and Sydney would dominate the competition, and the game changes. Because they find ways to beat you. The same that's happened. You go back 12 months for us. You've got to keep evolving. And there is certain parts of the game you need to be good at. You've got to win contests. We won it today. Ideally, you win inside 50s. We won that by, I think, 16. So you've got to get territory, and then you've got to be able to put pressure on when you don't have it and stop the opposition from scoring. There's a lot in that, but that's pretty common.
Is
practice.
it always better or just different?
I think you've got to keep growing, mate. You've got to keep growing.
So,
it's
is the game overall better now than it was in 2023?
The spectacle of the game? I'm enjoying watching. I don't really watch every game. I'm a footy nuffy. Can we hurry up? I want to go and watch the Fremantle game. I think the game's in good shape. I'd like to think we're going to play exciting brand of footy. Today we kicked 100 points in the wet.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. So we'll keep trying to be exciting for our fans.
How's Darcy?
Yeah, Darcy's. My last report was he's improving. And I'm still getting some vertigo signs, and he's on antibiotics, and it's a day-to-day at the moment. I think he's improving. Still not enough to train though, so hopefully that improves over the next couple of days.
Great, thanks everyone.
Thanks guys. Good job, mate.
I don't know if they does.